Good morning. Local one again this week. I'm up at Coptail and I'm going to go and have a look at the Seven Sisters and have a mission through the Dene and just a general trek around this area, see where we end up. I kind of put your link to the route in the descriptions this week because I'm just winging it, so I will see how this one goes. First port of call on this walk is the Seven Sisters Barrow here, which is actually an ancient burial mound. So they found evidence of human activity here as far back as 7,000 years ago. And then in the Bronze Age, about 4,000 years ago, they started using this as an ancient burial mound, and they actually excavated quite a few corpses from here, which is strange because I never knew what it was. So when I've looked into things last night, it's pretty interesting. So there's been a lot of ancient bodies found exactly where I'm standing. Back in the day there used to be 7 trees. Now there's only 5. You kind of count that as 2 because I think that's just 1. So there's only 5. So a couple's come down over the years. Absolutely brilliant views from here, overlooking Hall Lane there, towards Hetton and stuff over there, and obviously the seafront, and that's over that way. Quarry, hillside. Aye, not a bad viewpoint like. Just making my way down to the entrance of the Dene, and I'm going to have a walk through there. Had some absolutely top of timers in there when we were bairns. Proper little playground, swings, camps, fires, all that type of stuff. As I said, the research I did last night was pretty much pointless. Unbelievable changes to this place. Totally different to a few years ago when me and Swinny came up with a metal detector. Right, so the entrance should be somewhere on the right here. Sinister. I'm in. The barrel here. What's that all about like? Absolutely crazy memories of this area here. When we were kids, what we did was we attached a metal wire from a tree up there, right up there, and it ran down over these trees here down to the floor, and we got a set of BMX handles off a bike, and what we would do was hang on to the handles, put it over the wire, and zip line from the top of there all the way down to the bottom. And I remember one lad, I can't remember exactly who it is, if they're watching they'll probably remember it, he actually let go of the handlebars and fell and broke his arm. I can't remember if it was Miller, but it was somebody anyway. So that's the type of things we used to get up to when we were like 12, 13. Great times. I was going to say, the beck used to run through... Shut up! The beck used to run through here. It's pretty dried up. It used to be quite deep in some areas, but it's mostly dried up now. Pretty rough terrain, but it's slippy. What are you squawking on for? Steep and slippy. People's been walking through this Dene for absolute moons. A few years ago, me and Andy Swing came up here with our metal detectors, and somewhere up on the bank there, Swinny got a hit on his machine, and we started digging, and what we found was kind of a few old coins, not ancient coins, but from maybe like the early 1900s, 1902 or something like that. So I think he found King George sixpence, and there was a kind of few like pennies around it as well. So what we think must have happened was some bloke will have been walking through here home pissed, and he must have dropped his wages, because all the coins were like sat together, and it was amazing, like, because they'd been there for potentially over 100-year-old, 100 years, and they looked like someone had just dropped them yesterday. They're absolutely gleaming. So after that, I came down to the wishing well area, and I had the Garrett pinpointer, which is waterproof. It had been pissing down, so all this was really high, and what I did was I put the Garrett pinpointer in there, and I was just getting hit upon hit, and I was pulling handfuls of old coins, not as old as the ones we found on the bank, but handfuls of like coins from the 60s, 50s, stuff like that. So there's been people coming here for absolute moons. Once I come to the end of the Dene, a bit further along there, I think I'm going to have to probably get out up one of these banks here. Otherwise I'm going to walk all the way back along the muddy trail. So I mean, that's going to take some getting up. It's wet as shit, but... So this is what we used to call the World War II bunker. I don't know if it was, but that's what we used to call it. And we used to all sit here, getting up to all types of mischief. All this has completely changed. All this area here was just water. You had to like jump across the beck or find like a log. You couldn't have just walked through it like this. I don't know if it's just dried up or what, but it's completely different. There used to be like burnt out cars and stuff down there, and all sorts of interesting things. That's going to be my way out, I think, up that one. So that's the end of the Dene, really. I'm just going to get up one of these banks here and get out. I'm not sure if it's called Houghton Dene or Hetton Dene. I suppose that depends on where you're from. I've always called it Houghton Dene, but I'm not sure. I'm sure if you ask Bridget Phillipson and her lot, they will be happy to help. Right, this is not going to be easy to get out of. This is steep as hell. Oh my goodness. Jesus me. Oh. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh. Fucking hell. I'm out. I'm out. Whew. A lovely jubbly. Just following the tree line of the last little bit of the Dene. I'm looking for an opportunity to go on left, cross over and get to the golf course, and I head back towards the Seven Sisters. Hopefully I don't have to drop back in to that last little section of Dene and climb back up the other side. Like, hopefully there's a left up there. that? Canal, man, this tree line goes on for absolutely miles. It's been that long since I've been up here, so I kind of get out. I'll have to come back to the beginning bit of the Dene. Not go in, but I'll go around it, back up the Seven Sisters that way. Then I'll have a mooch over the back of the cocktail, see what's there. Do you know what? As much as I love getting in the car and driving 2 or 3 hours away and going over to like the lakes and the Pennines and climbing the big stuff over there, I love just coming over like local places as well and going to like areas where we used to hang around when we were kids. It's brilliant. And the thing is, even if I didn't bring the camera, I'd be out doing this every week anyway, so I might as well fetch the camera. And the fact that people subscribing to the channel pretty much blows us away. You know, that people are watching a divvy like me climb like desolate hills and walk over fields. It's crazy, and the channel's growing. The channel's growing, so cheers for everyone who's subscribed, and I'll keep putting them out as much as I can. I'm buzzing I've turned round and came back this way, because those views over there are absolutely mint. That's Fan Dabidoso, that. Fire pit with an old wheel. Really stupid, that, mind. Tell you what, it's a sad sight, Houghton, at times. There's a lad just in that tree line there. He's absolutely off his lips, and he's just chanting, walking backwards and forwards, chanting about hot dogs and that. I'm not even kidding. That's fucking west, that. The pipe is absolutely wrecking towns like Houghton and that. 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning and you see something like that. Unbelievable. I've had to stop myself from going back there where that bloke's at the beginning of the Dene. I can't believe it, I can't get over it. But the last thing I want to be doing is going down there and shoving a camera in a crackhead's face. Oh, I fucking say no like that. That's mental. Keep look for fennel. Whole thing. Right, we're across the road now and go past the cocktail, and I'm just going to have a little look at the area behind there. It's been took over again. Fallow it's called now, and I'll be heading up here at some point and having a taste of that. What an absolute shit tip. Rubbish from here. Looks like there's been a fire, and pretty much as far as I can see down there, there's just trash everywhere, garbage. Fucking dear me, man. What is the council doing? This is an absolute fucking joke up here, like. Shit everywhere. People's animals here, and there's just crap all over. Man, all the way down here. Do you know what? This is the second pop I'm going to have at Bridge of Phillipson. I've just seen a fox there. Oh, I don't believe I've missed that. Shit. This is the second pop I'm going to have at Bridge of Phillipson and the Labour government. You are an absolute disgrace to this area. Hang your head in shame. unbelievable, like a junkyard. So there's loads of old food and everything here, so obviously that's what the fox is kicking around for. I can't believe I've missed that, fucking yapping on. Right, I've seen enough crackheads and rubbish for one day. I'm going home. Enjoyed the beginning of the walk over the Seven Sisters and the Dene. It was class going back there after I hadn't been there for a long time. But when I've come over this bit here behind the Cobbs Hill, it's an absolute shit tip. Next time I travel further afield, I'm probably going to do a Middleton Teesdale route, incorporating like high force, low force and that area there, but it'll not be next week because I'm going to see the lads take on the mighty Arsenal and hopefully pinch 3 points. Big hope, but I can wish. So I'll see you next time in a couple of weeks or whatever when I get back out. Toodle pip.